Town Hall 1. Starting with the simplest question, how do you turn a wooden shack into a global empire? Town Hall 1 is pure tutorial mode with just 450 horsepower and the most basic buildings possible. You get one cannon, one gold mine, one elixir collector, and that's it. No walls, no traps, just the absolute bare minimum to learn how Clash works. The entire experience lasts maybe 10 minutes before you're upgrading to TH2. It's designed to teach you resource collection, building placement, and basic defense concepts. Your only troops are barbarians and archers from a single barracks. This tiny wooden hut with its thatched roof represents every chief's journey from zero to hero. It's humble, vulnerable, and completely defenseless against any real attack, but it's where 500 million players started their Clash careers. Town Hall 1 teaches you the fundamentals, but Town Hall 2 is where you build your first real base. Town Hall 2. Welcome to your first actual base design challenge. Town Hall. 2 bumps your HP to 1,600 and unlocks the game's first real defensive structure, the Archer Tower. You also get 25 wall segments and a second cannon, doubling your defensive capability from the pathetic TH1 setup. This is where players start learning about point defense versus area coverage. The Archer Tower can hit both air and ground units, making it your first anti-air defense. Combined with 2 cannons, you now have overlapping fields of fire. You unlock giants at this level, introducing the first tank unit that specifically targets defenses. This creates the basic rock, paper, scissors dynamic that defines Clash. Tanks to absorb damage, damage dealers to clear defenses, and splash damage to counter swarms. The base still takes minutes to 3-star, but at least attackers need to think slightly about troop placement. You're learning the fundamentals of funneling and target prioritization. Town Hall 2 gives you actual defenses to work with, but Town Hall 3 changes everything with social features. Town Hall 3. This is where Clash transforms from a single-player tutorial into a multiplayer phenomenon. Town Hall 3 unlocks the clan castle, letting you join clans and receive reinforcement troops. This single building changes everything. Suddenly, you can have max-level dragons defending your base, even as a new player. The psychological impact is massive. You also get the laboratory, enabling your first troop upgrades, and the mortar, your first splash damage defense. The mortar specifically counters the barbarian and archer spam that dominates lower levels, forcing players to spread out their attack. With 1,850 horsepower and the ability to participate in clan wars, TH3 introduces the competitive aspect that keeps players engaged long-term. Wall breakers unlock here too, creating the first real combined arms tactics. The clan castle donation system creates social bonds and teaches players about troop synergy. A single donated balloon can completely wreck a TH3 base if not handled properly. Town Hall 3 makes Clash social, but Town Hall 4 introduces the first major strategic complexity. Town Hall 4. Ground attacks just became obsolete overnight. Town Hall 4 adds the air defense and unlocks balloons, creating the first air versus ground dynamic. Suddenly, attackers can completely bypass your walls and ground defenses by going airborne. This fundamentally changes base design priorities. Your Town Hall HP increases to 2,100, and you get a wizard tower for additional splash damage. But the real game changer is that poorly placed air defense makes your base vulnerable to balloon raids that can 3-star you in seconds. Spring traps unlock here, adding the first hidden defensive element. These can launch giants or groups of smaller troops, teaching players about trap placement and prediction. The boost system also becomes available, giving 3 to 5 day buffs to resource production and troop training. This creates the first real progression acceleration mechanics that keep players logging in regularly. Base design now requires air defense consideration. You can't just cluster everything together anymore. You need overlapping coverage and strategic air defense placement. Town Hall 4 forces 3-dimensional thinking, but Town Hall 5 adds magic to the equation. Town Hall 5. Magic enters the battlefield and nothing is ever the same. The Spell Factory unlocks lightning and healing spells, introducing strategic depth that didn't exist before. Lightning can destroy or severely damage any defense, while healing keeps troops alive through sustained damage. You can now execute the classic zap and balloon strategy, lightning the air defense, then send balloons to clean house. This teaches players about spell timing and resource allocation. Each lightning costs elixir and time to brew. Wizards unlock as your first high-damage range unit, enabling the famous giant wizard combinations that dominate mid-game attacks. The Air Sweeper provides directional air defense, adding positional strategy to base building. With 2,400 horsepower and giant bombs as trap options, bases become more complex. The meta shifts from pure spam to calculated spell usage and timing. Players learn about saving spells for crucial moments versus using them early for value. Barge farming becomes viable here. Barbarians and archers with healing spells can sustain through multiple defenses, creating the first efficient resource farming strategy. Town Hall 5 introduces tactical decision-making. But Town Hall 6 makes air combat truly complex. Town Hall 6. Air attacks just got significantly more sophisticated. Town Hall 6 doubles your anti-air capability with a second air defense and second wizard tower. This forces air attackers to plan around multiple defensive layers instead of just overwhelming a single air defense. The healer unlocks, creating the iconic giant healer strategy that defined early Clash. Healers don't trigger ground traps and can keep giants alive indefinitely, if not countered properly. This introduces the concept of sustained pushes versus burst damage. Your Town Hall reaches 2,800 horsepower and features a colorful design that divides the community. Some love it, others find it too bright compared to later themes, but functionally, it's where strategic depth really begins. With 100 to 25 wall segments available, compartmentalization becomes important. Players learn about creating kill zones and forcing attackers through specific paths. The heal spell reaches its full potential with larger armies. Base design starts requiring consideration of healer pathing and anti-healing measures. Air defenses need protection from ground troops trying to clear them for the healers. Town Hall 6 perfects air-ground interaction, but Town Hall 7 introduces the game's most important resource. Town Hall 7. Everything changes when Dark Elixir enters the game. Town Hall 7 introduces a third resource and your first hero, the Barbarian King. For 10,000 Dark Elixir, you get a powerful unit that fights on both offense and defense, gaining levels and abilities over time. This creates the first long-term progression goal. Dragons unlock as the dominant air unit, fundamentally shifting the meta. A max TH7 can field 10 dragons with rage spells, enough to 3-star almost any TH7 base. The classic drag spam strategy becomes the go-to war attack. Dark troops like minions and hog riders introduce new tactical options. Hogs jump walls to target defenses directly, creating surgical strike possibilities. Minions provide cheap air support and cleanup potential. Your crimson-roofed town hall with 3,300 horsepower starts sporting the intimidating skull decorations that become iconic. 2 hidden Teslas add surprise DPS, particularly deadly to healers with their double damage multiplier. Seeking air mines counter the heavy air units, forcing attackers to consider single-target air threats. 3 air defenses mean air attacks require more planning and spell support. The Dark Elixir drill creates passive income of the premium resource, but also makes your base a target for Dark Elixir farmers. Base design now balances protecting 3 different resources. Town Hall 7 adds long-term goals through heroes, but Town Hall 8 brings the heavy artillery. Town Hall 8. Welcome to the era of massive game-changing troops. Pekas, Golems, and Valkyries unlock at Town Hall 8, introducing the first true tank and spank armies. These aren't just bigger versions of existing troops, they fundamentally change how attacks work. The Golem tanks enormous damage and explodes into Golemites, creating sustained tanking potential. P.E.K.K.A.s deal devastating single-target damage, but move slowly, requiring careful pathing. Valkyries spin through multiple buildings, excelling against clustered bases. Your Greystone Fortress reaches 3,900 horsepower and gains skull decorations that signal serious defensive capability. The Bomb Tower adds area denial. It functions like a wizard tower, but explodes on death, countering Hog Rider swarms. Dark Spell Factory unlocks poison and earthquake spells. Poison devastates clan castle troops, while earthquake softens walls and buildings. These create new strategic possibilities for dealing with defensive structures. 4 mortars and 3 wizard towers mean splash damage coverage is extensive. Skeleton traps add distraction and DPS, particularly effective against single-target troops like P.E.K.K.A.s. The meta diversifies significantly. Go Wipe, Golem Wizard P.E.K.K.A., Mass Valkyrie, Surgical Hog attacks, and dragon variations all become viable. Players must master multiple attack styles. Town Hall 8 introduces army composition complexity, but Town Hall 9 brings the most beloved aesthetic. Town Hall 9. This is what most players picture when they think Clash of Clans. The dark castle with crimson roof, skull decorations, and Gothic architecture is absolutely iconic. At 4,600 horsepower, it's imposing and beautiful. Many players consider TH9 the best-looking town hall design ever created. The Archer Queen unlocks as your second hero, fundamentally changing attack dynamics. Unlike the melee Barbarian King, she's ranged and can target both air and ground. Her Royal Cloak ability grants temporary invisibility and damage, enabling incredible plays. X-bows arrive as high DPS, long-range defenses that can target air and ground or focus on ground only for extended range. These create new base design considerations and force attackers to plan around sustained damage sources. The infamous wall grind begins. TH9 requires upgrading 250 wall segments to expensive levels. This creates the longest progression bottleneck in the game's history, but also builds anticipation for Town Hall 10. Queen Walk becomes possible, using healers to support the Archer Queen as she carves through parts of the base. This high-skill technique separates good players from great ones. Laloon, Lava Hounds, and Balloons emerges as the premier air strategy. Witch Slap uses healers and witches for ground pushes. The meta becomes incredibly diverse and skill-based. Town Hall 9 represents Clash at its most strategic, but Town Hall 10 introduces defense-breaking mechanics. Town Hall 10. Defense just gained a trump card that changes everything. Inferno Towers completely rewrite attack strategy by preventing healing. Single-target mode melts heroes and tanks, while multi-target mode devastates swarms. Suddenly, heal-based strategies need complete rethinking. Your molten lava-themed town hall reaches 5,500 horsepower and looks genuinely intimidating with flowing lava effects. The fire aesthetic matches the brutal defensive capability of Inferno Towers. Miners unlock as underground troops that bypass walls entirely. They fundamentally change base design because they can appear anywhere, targeting defenses directly. Miner strategies often revolve around overwhelming healing through Inferno Burn. The auto-builder becomes available through builder-based tasks, giving dedicated players a sixth builder. This significantly accelerates progression, but requires mastering a completely different game mode. Freeze spells become essential for dealing with Infernos. The meta shifts to surgical attacks that disable key defenses at crucial moments. Timing becomes everything. Freeze too early and your main army dies. Freeze too late and your heroes die. Mass miners with healing becomes the dominant ground strategy. Queen Charged Lavaloon uses the Archer Queen to eliminate key defenses before air attacks. Bowler-based armies emerge for their range and splash damage. Town Hall 10 tests player skill through defensive mechanics, but Town Hall 11 adds the most game-changing hero. Town Hall 11. A third hero and a defense that targets the entire map changes everything. The Grand Warden introduces support mechanics. He boosts nearby troops' HP and provides the Eternal Tome ability that makes troops invincible briefly. This completely changes attack timing and enables massive pushes through deadly defenses. Eagle Artillery activates after 150 housing spaces deployed, raining devastating shots anywhere on the map. Attackers must manage when and how they deploy troops to control Eagle timing. It fundamentally changes army composition decisions. Your white and gold fortress reaches 6,800 horsepower and looks regal compared to previous dark themes. The aesthetic shift signals a new era of Clash gameplay with more sophisticated mechanics. Electro Dragons unlock as chain lightning air units that can devastate grouped defenses. Super troops become available, providing powered-up versions of regular troops for special situations. The map size increases to accommodate larger, more complex bases. Warden Walk strategies emerge where the Grand Warden carves out sections before joining the main army. Eagle Artillery placement becomes crucial for base design. Too central and it's hard to activate, too exposed and it dies quickly. The meta revolves around Eagle management and Warden ability timing. Hybrid attacks, Hogs and Miners, become popular for their flexibility. Queen Charge Hybrid uses multiple heroes to create favorable conditions for the ground swarm. Town Hall 11 introduces support mechanics, but Town Hall 12 makes the Town Hall itself fight back. Town Hall 12, for the first time in Clash history, your Town Hall becomes a weapon. The Giga Tesla turns your 7,500 horsepower Town Hall into a multi-target defense, dealing 140 damage per second at max level. When destroyed, it explodes for massive area damage. Suddenly, attacking the Town Hall becomes dangerous instead of just necessary. Siege machines revolutionize offense through the new Siege Workshop. Wall wreckers drill through walls toward the Town Hall. Battle blimps fly directly to the Town Hall, dropping bombs. These fundamentally change how attacks reach defended cores. Your blue metal Town Hall with Tesla coil aesthetics looks technological and intimidating. The crackling electricity effects make it clear this building fights back. Yetis unlock as tanky troops that spawn Yetimites when damaged, creating sustained pressure and cleanup potential. They excel in tandem with other ground troops. The Death Bomb forces attackers to plan around Town Hall destruction. Poorly timed attacks see entire armies eliminated by the explosion. Warden ability timing becomes crucial for surviving the blast. Electron strategies emerge. Battle Blimp with Electro Dragon to gut the core. Yeti Smash uses Yetis and Bowlers to push through bases. Bat spell attacks become popular for their ability to overwhelm point defenses. Base design shifts to protecting the weaponized Town Hall while creating favorable engagement ranges for the Giga Tesla. Town Hall 12 weaponizes your base's heart, but Town Hall 13 adds a fourth hero. Town Hall 13. The weapon upgrades and a fourth hero joins the battle. The Royal Champion provides surgical defense elimination with her Seeking Shield ability that targets 4 defenses. She fundamentally changes attack planning by offering reliable ways to remove key defensive structures. Giga Inferno replaces Giga Tesla with continuous beam damage and a slowing ice effect on destruction. The 8,200 horsepower Town Hall becomes even more dangerous, slowing troops that survive the initial blast. Scatter shots provide area denial with splash damage that's particularly effective against group troops. They create new base design challenges and force attackers to spread out or eliminate them quickly. Your ice-themed Town Hall with turquoise crystals and frost effects creates a winter aesthetic. The visual design perfectly matches the slowing ice mechanics of the Giga weapon. Super troops expand the roster significantly. Invisible blimp strategies use super wizards or goblins with invisibility spells to devastate cores before main armies arrive. 4-hero coordination becomes an art form. Top players orchestrate complex attacks using all heroes for different objectives: Queen for enemy queen, Champion for scatter shots, King for funneling, Warden for support. Hybrid attacks evolve to include champion dives for key defenses. Yeti strategies adapt to scattershot threats. The meta becomes incredibly diverse and skill-intensive. Town Hall 13 perfects the 4-hero system, but Town Hall 14 introduces companions. Town Hall 14. Heroes gain magical companions that fundamentally change their capabilities. The Pet House unlocks Lassie, Electro Owl, Mighty Yak, and Unicorn, each providing unique hero augmentation. Unicorn gives healing over time, Electro Owl adds Chain Lightning, Yak breaks walls faster, Lassie provides tanking and cleanup. Builders' huts become weaponized defensive structures that repair nearby buildings during attacks. This creates new timing considerations. Ignore them and they'll heal key defenses, target them, and waste time on low-priority structures. Your jungle-themed Town Hall reaches 8,900 HP with enhanced Giga Inferno that leaves stronger poison clouds. The green and gold aesthetic with animated jungle guardians creates a magical atmosphere. Dragon Riders unlock as fast air units that target defenses, providing an alternative to balloons for air strategies. They move quickly and hit hard, enabling new air compositions. Pet synergy becomes crucial for attack success. Queen with Unicorn becomes incredibly sustainable. Warden with Electro Owl adds significant DPS to air attacks. Champion with Lassie gets better cleanup potential. The Poison Bomb forces even more careful Town Hall timing, troops that survive the blast face lingering damage that can finish them off. Positioning and escape routes become critical. Electro Titan armies become popular for their aura damage and high HP. Pet combinations enable new hero walk strategies that weren't previously viable. Town Hall 14 adds magical companions, but Town Hall 15 introduces percentage-based damage. Town Hall 15. Defense gains a weapon that scales with your army's strength. The monolith deals percentage-based damage that melts high HP troops like heroes and tanks. It fundamentally changes attack planning because tanky strategies become more dangerous, not safer. Spell towers add magical support to defenses, rage boosts nearby defenses, poison creates deadly zones, invisibility makes defenses temporarily untargetable. Base builders choose which spells to use, adding variability. Your nature-themed town hall with 9,600 horsepower features, tree aesthetics, and natural elements. The apprentice builder assists with construction, speeding up upgrade times. 4 new pets expand strategic options. Frosty, Diggy, Poison Lizard, and Phoenix provide specialized hero support. Phoenix gives heroes a revive mechanic. Diggy stuns defenses for champions. The meta becomes heavily defense-favored initially. Triple rates drop significantly as players adapt to percentage damage and spell tower mechanics. Monolith placement becomes crucial for base design. Electro Titan strategies evolve to handle monolith threat. Recall spell enables repositioning heroes mid-attack. Battle Drill Siege Machine provides new pathing options for reaching defended cores. Advanced players develop multi-phase attacks that eliminate monolith early or work around its coverage. Spell tower management becomes part of attack planning. Town Hall 15 introduces magical defenses, but Town Hall 16 revolutionizes hero progression. Town Hall 16. The biggest gameplay change in years transforms how heroes work. Hero Equipment System introduces glowy, shiny, and starry ores as new upgrade resources. Heroes can equip 2 pieces of equipment that dramatically alter their capabilities and unlock new tactical possibilities. Supercharging allows buildings to exceed normal level caps using ores, creating bases with enhanced defensive capability. This adds another layer to base optimization and resource management. Your enhanced nature-themed town hall reaches 10,000 HP with more elaborate tree and crystal designs. The aesthetic evolution continues the magical theme while adding technological elements. Thrower troops unlock as new siege-style units that lob projectiles over walls. They provide new angles of attack and force base designers to consider indirect fire threats. Equipment combinations create specialized hero roles: damage dealers, tanks, support units. The Rockstorm equipment turns barbarian kings into area damage dealers. Various equipment pieces enable entirely new attack strategies. Ore farming becomes a new progression element. Players must balance traditional resource collection with ore acquisition for equipment upgrades. This extends progression significantly, but adds depth. The meta shifts dramatically as players experiment with equipment combinations. Heroes with proper equipment become significantly more powerful than previous Town Hall levels. Town Hall 16 redefines hero potential, but Town Hall 17 merges weapons for ultimate power. Town Hall 17. The ultimate evolution merges your most powerful weapons. Town Hall 17's revolutionary feature merges the Town Hall with Eagle Artillery, creating Inferno Artillery with 12-tile range that creates poison areas on impact. This is the first Town Hall weapon that's always active, not just during destruction. Multi-gear towers combine archer towers and cannons into single structures representing the pinnacle of defensive efficiency. These merged defenses save space while maintaining firepower. Your imposing black and navy Town Hall reaches 10,400 horsepower with the darkest aesthetic yet. Unlike previous weaponized Town Halls, there's no death bomb. The weapon is powerful enough while active. The Furnace Troop deploys as an immobile spawn building that creates fire spirits, introducing area denial tactics. Root Rider provides new ground mobility options with plant-based aesthetics. Sneezy Pet adds poison effects to hero attacks, synergizing with the overall poison theme. Advanced equipment options give heroes even more specialization possibilities. The always active Inferno artillery forces completely new attack approaches. Traditional funneling becomes more complex when the Town Hall actively shoots back throughout the entire attack. This represents the current pinnacle of Clash complexity. Merged weapons, advanced equipment, magical pets, and percentage-based damage all working together to create the most sophisticated Town Hall ever designed. The evolution from Wooden Shack to Artillery Fortress shows how far Clash has come.